All right, so we will begin our practice. So find your chairs. We'll sit comfortably. Cool. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our yoga class. So arrive on your chair, sitting up nice and tall. We're going to scoot forward a little bit. So today we're going to be doing some practices of yoga that help us to both energize, because during this time shift, it's really important to energize ourselves in the morning, right? If you can practice or just in the morning get to, I don't know if you have a porch or certainly window and get some sunshine in and really like spend time with as much light um, on you in your eyes, going into your eyes as possible. Of course, outside you're not going to look directly into the sun, but that's really important to start our day during this time change, help us to sort of recalibrate that circadian rhythm. Yeah, so we'll do a little practice of that. And so you might find yourself a little groggy and slow and, again, I'm thinking, I can't think of words, that these last couple days, it's that it does affect us. So let's just begin with, we're going to do some belly breaths. And so sort of energizing. So we want to energize in the morning. And then in the evening, we want to start to, we'll talk about some breathing practices to sort of slow things down. In tandem to that, there's a full moon happening tomorrow. And whenever there's a full moon energy is energy, right? And it's about releasing, right? So the things not to do on a full moon ideally is to start a new beginning, like start a new project or engage in an intense conversation. And there's a few of those going around these days. Yeah. And just sort of like contemplating. It's a time for release. Full moons are a time for releasing. Release, think about in your life and your thought processes what you don't want to think of anymore. I'm getting tired of being negative and hearing negative talk, even though there's so many things happening. I don't want to be part of that. I want to be part of bringing in positive, whatever it is for you. I want to get rid of this eating habit or this sleeping habit or, whatever it is that is not serving you, that doesn't make you feel good. Because sometimes we just hold on to habits just because we hold on to habits, right? Not even thinking about it. So this is a great time to contemplate that release. Yeah, and our breath can help us through all of this. So really during this time, it's really be proactive about your breath. Yeah. So let's sit up nice and tall. Sometimes scooting away from the back of the seat of your chair is helpful because that helps to engage the back muscles and engage your spine so that you can sit up tall. Yeah. And then just relax that. Let's relax your arms down, lift your shoulders up, and then just draw them back and release them down, nice and relaxed. And then bringing your top of the hands onto your lap, just resting the tops of your hands onto your legs, onto your thighs. And let's close our eyes and just arrive in this space, this time of release, resolution, and illumination, just illuminating in your mind. Wow, what sparks joy in my life and what brings heaviness? And what can I do to release that brings heaviness? Maybe it's relationships. Maybe it's just your day to day, crazy having to do this, having to do that. Sometimes just it's nice to just have a day where there's, oh, nothing scheduled. And then sitting and just enjoying and looking around at nature, still so beautiful out. Yes, that time for illumination. So let's take a breath in through the nose and breathe out through the mouth. Ah, with a nice big sigh, imagining all that stuff that you want to just release and let go of, even discomforts in your body. Yeah. And take another breath in And let it go. Ah, good. Now energizing yourself just a little bit with this energy breath. We're going to be taking 3 sips of breath in and then pausing, and then we're going to just be letting it out, either through the nose or the mouth. Yeah. All right, so let's do a few together. So take a breath in through your nose. See if you can take in a little more and even a little more. Pause, relax, and exhale. Again, just imagine that breath is like a wave coming out of your body and dissipating into the ether. All the negative sadness, all the negative emotions, anger, frustration, fear, just let them float out on your exhale breath. So again, breathe in a little bit more. And if you have a little bit more, and then let it go. And exhale all the way, all the stale air in your lungs. Let's do 3 more at your own pace. So breathe in and a little bit more and a little bit more. And let it go. 2 more. Take your time. Yeah, and each time maybe you breathe in and can take in even a little more, all the way to the top. Maybe you can hold for a little longer. And maybe you can exhale a little longer. So last one here. And release and relax. Relax your breath now. Just allowing ourselves to immerse in these choppy waters that we find ourselves in on our earth, in our day. Those challenges come and go and come and go. But what we have control of is our breath and how we react to what is going on around us. Yeah, and we don't need to react to most things. Good. All right, and so when you're feeling ready now and complete, let's bring your palms together and start to rub your hands, rub, 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 creating some heat in your hands, creating some energy in your hands, lighting your fire this morning, your energy fire. Good. Pause the rubbing of your hands. Cup your hands a little bit and bring them over your face. Your hands over your face. So if you have glasses, if your hands are cupped, you're not bringing your hands onto your lenses. Yeah. And now when you're feeling ready, gently flutter your eyes open inside of your hands. Yeah. And once the eyes are open, then release your hands onto your lap. So that really helps the central nervous system. Yeah, it's like, if you're sleeping and somebody comes in and turns the light on, it's just like so jarring, and that jars your nervous system. So when you have your eyes closed for a period of time, it's just so nice to rub your hands, and it just feels good to place your hands on your face, right? It's very grounding. Yeah, good. All right. So let's start to move the body a little bit. Yeah. So again, in the morning during this time change, getting up, getting as much light into your house as you can. I have a couple of those SAD lights. I turn those on, sit right in front of it while I do my breathing and my meditation. Well, not my meditation because I close my eyes, but just getting yourself exposed at this time of year to as much light as you can really help. Yeah, mentally and because some people are very affected by the lack of light. Most of us are, some more so than others. Yeah. All right. It's a nice tall spine, so lift the heart. Good. Roll shoulders back and down. Take a breath in, lift the chin up. And as you exhale, drop your chin to your chest. Relax, let your shoulders melt down your back, stretching the whole back of your neck. Good. Inhale, lift the chin up. And exhale, drop your chin to your chest. Good. And now with the chin down, relaxed though, on an inhale breath, reach the chin up towards the right shoulder, just halfway. And then drop it back down to your chest. And inhale, lift your chin up to the left shoulder. And down to your chest. And now this time, reach the chin up to the right shoulder. And then lift it up. And bring your head, the chin around front and to the left. And then down. So making a circle now with your chin, nice and slowly. Inhaling as the chin goes up and around, and exhaling as it comes down. Yeah. And one more, nice and slow. Notice how your neck feels today. Next time that the chin comes down, pause. And then go opposite direction with chin circles. So up to the left, up, over to the right, and down. Nice and slow. You can close your eyes here. Every time we close our eyes, it helps us to shut down that central nervous system. Yeah. And that's why, with meditation, so many people, just this weekend, there were 3 separate people that I came across. Next time the chin comes down, pause and slowly lift your head back up, and you can flutter the eyes open. Again, I wish I had $1 for everybody that said I can't meditate. Yeah. Or I can't do yoga. But with meditation, it's just about finding a comfortable space, spine erect, eyes closed, and just for 20 minutes, if you can, expect nothing. So if things happen in your head, that's fine. Your mind needs to process that. If it quiets down, that's good too. Meditation, I've been meditating regularly for, 12 years now, and they're literally always different. So there's no right or wrong, can and can't in meditation, but just the act of sitting comfortably, undisturbed, with your eyes closed for 20 minutes regularly will shift your whole perspective on life. Yeah, so good for us. It lowers blood pressure, lowers heart rate, helps with staving off disease. I mean, so many things. Yeah, all these practices, these yoga practices help with that. Okay, so take a nice big breath in. On an exhale breath, we're going to hinge forward and then slowly go over to the left and up and back and over to the right. So just making body circles. Yeah, nice and slow. Feeling that shift of the hip bones from one to the other as you go around. Next time you come forward, pause. That's the reverse. Sorry, I have a frog in my throat. And forward. Nice and slow. And come back to forward. Press down into your feet. Slowly bring your body back up. Good. And now we're going to lift our chin again. So keep the back of your neck long. I think last week we talked about, feel like there's a tennis ball on your neck and you're coming up and over that tennis ball. So not very far back. And then we're going to jut your low jaw forward like you're pouting. So almost tucking your low jaw underneath your upper jaw. Feeling that stretch down the neck and your throat. And really give it your 100%. Really stretch that low jaw forward. Breathe. And then release the jaw. Slowly lower the head back to neutral. Good. And then just as your lips are closed, just drawing your jaw side to side. A couple times. And then pause. And then opening and closing your mouth. Good. And then taking your peace fingers, bringing them onto your jaw area. Open your mouth slightly and press in there. Press into that jaw joint. Ah, yeah. Oh, we hold so much tension here. So let it go. Let the tension go. And, so much of our tension that we hold, we're not even aware of. Yeah. But being in that tense state for sometimes all day, every day, that creates the dis-ease in your body, right? And then over time, your body's just like tired and it can't take it anymore. And so then, things happen with our body that we don't really want to happen. So when we can be aware of, wow, I am holding tension. How do I get rid of that tension? Let's bring our hands to our neck. And if it can be as simple as this, just giving yourself a nice neck massage. Again, during this week, be kind to yourself, get yourself in a schedule, drink a lot of fluid, a lot of water. And try to avoid, if you can, caffeine, especially as it gets to the afternoon, evening. Yeah, but some of us may get a headache, so just do what you need to do. But hydrating yourself is so critically important always, every season. Yes. So especially with when we're rocked, right? It's like jet lag. They tell you when you get on a plane, drink a lot of water, drink a lot of water. That helps jet lag. Well, we're basically all jet lagged this week just because of that time change. We've all flown to the Midwest. And so we're recalibrating. Good. Okay, so let's bring our self a little bit further closer to the front of our chair, feet planted on the floor. Relax, stretch our spine here. So on an inhale breath, lift the heart, slide your hands up to the top of your thighs. Option is also to bring your palms behind your hips, which I really like to do, but if that's not available, that's fine. And then exhale, slowly draw your hands to your knees and drop your head. And inhale, slide your hands up your thighs or to the back of the chair, pressing down into your palms back there. Stretch your shoulders back. This is a really nice pose for mornings, openings, back bends. Yes, energizing. Exhale, round your back, hands to knees. And just stretch your spine gently towards the back of your chair. Good. And one more. Inhale, slide your hands back, open up, stretch your shoulders back. Just feel that whole heart space open. And exhale, and your lungs open. And exhale, round the back. Good. And slowly bring yourself to straight back to sitting. Good. All right. Then we're going to do a little twist here. So we're just going to cross our right ankle over our left. Good. Bring your right hand onto your left thigh. Release your left hand down. Turn your left palm out. Find your shoulders back and down. On an inhale breath, press into your standing left leg as you reach your arm out and up. Good. Take a nice big breath in. As you exhale, see if you can reach your fingertips up a little higher, stretching this whole left side of the body. Good. Another breath in. And as you exhale, reach up and lean over. Good. And then slowly turn your head over towards the left, just to where it's comfortable. And find some big breaths here. Nice, big, slow, long, deep breaths. Simply just a big stopping and doing a couple long, slow, deep breaths during the course of your day this week, again, will help to reset your circadian rhythm. Yeah. And now inhale, press into that left foot as you bring the body back up, head back forward. And exhale, just relax the shoulder, bend the left elbow, let that arm float down. Yeah, and you can either bring that palm behind your hip again, like we did in cat-cow, or just have it on the side of your chair. Take a breath in. We're going to just go over for a little twist over to the left. Turn your head. Keep your chin not tucked, parallel to the floor. Breathe. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths. Enjoying this twist. On your next exhale breath, relax, bring your head back forward, your body back forward. Good. And then uncross. And then simply cross the right foot over the left. Yeah. Nice tall spine. Let's bring the left hand across to the right thigh. Relax your right arm down. Turn your palm out. On an inhale breath, reach that right arm out and up. Just as high as you can. If you have tight shoulders, whenever we're raising our arm up, you can bring it just in cactus pose if that feels better. Yeah, so either cactus pose or reaching the arm up just to where it's comfortable for you. We're not straining, right? We're going to breathe. Take a nice big breath in. As you exhale, see if you can lift those right fingertips up a little higher, if you have more space available. And on an exhale breath, reach up and lean over. Just be long. It doesn't matter how far over you go, and you don't want to drop your head. You want your head sort of cradled next to your arm. Feel free to look underneath that right arm a little. Breathe. Yeah. 2, 1, and then slowly come back up. Head forward. Exhale with a nice relaxed shoulder and bent elbow. Let that arm float down. Good. Again, you can bring that right palm right behind your right hip and gently press down, sort of supports your back, or you can have your hand just on the side of your chair. Take a breath in. As you exhale at your waist, feel the motion at your waist as you turn at your waist. Yeah, more so at your waist than your chest, so you probably won't go as far. And then turn and look over that right shoulder. Breathe. And as you exhale, relax, turn the head back forward, bring the body back forward. Good. And uncross here. And relax, wiggle out the legs, little butterfly. Little hamstring stretch here. Yeah, our hamstrings are connected to our back. So if you have low back issues, chances are, pretty common that you have tight hamstrings, right? So we're still scooted forward in our chair. We're going to extend the right leg. Lift the right toes up. Take a breath in, get a nice tall posture. Back is not rounded here. Take another breath in, and as we exhale, we're going to press as if you're starting to glide your belly forward. Keep looking forward, keep the chin up. Yeah, and just come as far as is comfortable. So you feel that stretch on your hamstring. Once you've landed, you can look down towards the floor if you'd like and breathe into that right hamstring. I am tight, tight, tight today, boy. Breathe. Each time you exhale, see if you can soften a little further into the stretch. Body comes forward, but again, we're a straight spine. We're not rounding our spine. On your next inhale breath, press down into your left foot and your hands to slowly bring your body back up and then help to rebend that knee. And we're going to go to the other side. So extending that leg, nice tall spine. Bring your awareness to this low belly. Yeah, so we're looking up even slightly. Exhale, hinge at your hips, hinge forward. Keep that gaze up. That's going to keep your spine from rounding. Yeah, and just go as far as you're feeling a stretch here. And then relax your head. Feel free to look down and breathe. 3 long, slow, deep breaths. Each exhale breath, see if you can soften a little bit more. And a little bit more. Good. And then on an inhale breath, press down into your standing foot, this right foot, to bring the body up and then help to rebend that left knee. Good. And just give yourself a nice massage on your thighs. We're going to do a little seated moon salutation. Yeah, so just follow along. It's just a nice little moon dance. What a marvelous day for a moon dance. Van Morrison fans out there. Yes. All right. So relax the arms down. Actually, let's start with in prayer position here. Good. And so just following along, just make it easy using our breath. We're going to let the breath take us into all these just different little patterns. Take a breath in As you exhale, release your arms down. Turn your palms out. As you inhale, press into your feet and slowly raise your arms up towards the sky. Good. And then interlace your hands above your head. Feel free to steeple your pointer fingers. On an inhale breath, reach your arms up as high as they'll go. Big breath in. As you exhale, lean over to the left. Push into your feet, inhale up. As you exhale, lean over to the right. On an inhale breath, come up. And as you exhale, release your hands into cactus pose and step your right leg out to the side. Yeah, good. Take a breath in and let go. And now on the next inhale breath, to let somebody in, we're here. On the next inhale breath, see if you can straighten that right leg. Come onto the heel. And if that's uncomfortable for you, you can just keep it bent. Yeah, good. And then we're going to reach our arms up and find ourselves in seated triangle. Beautiful star. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, drop your right arm, reach your left arm up. So you're opposing stretch here. Right fingers reaching towards the floor, left up. Tuck your belly in, that supports your back. Good. Now on an inhale breath, bring your hands into cactus pose. Slide your foot back to bent knee. Take a big breath in. On an exhale breath, bring this right hand, back of the hand onto your thigh. Lift your left arm up towards the sky. For side angle pose, take a breath in, and on an exhale breath, press down into this either hand or forearm and reach up and over. Yeah, as far as you can, as far as is comfortable, opening up that whole left side. And then inhale, come back up and find your goddess pose once more. Good. And then on an inhale breath, step your legs together and your hands together back to heart. Good. And then resituate yourself, feet hip distances apart. Why was that so hard? I'm going to blame it totally on the full moon and lack of circadian rhythm this week. Good. And just be laugh. Sometimes you have to just laugh at yourself. I've learned to do that in this practice. And it's just happened like a couple years ago. But when I keep some days I just keep dropping things, and instead of getting frustrated, I just laugh. I'm like, are you kidding me? What's with that? And it just lightens that load. Hands into prayer position. Big breath in. And as you exhale, release the arms down. On an inhale breath, circle sweep your arms out and up. Again, interlace your hands above your head. Steeple your pointer fingers. On another inhale breath, reach your little pointer fingers up towards the sky, pressing down into your feet to reach up. Take another big breath in. And on an exhale breath, come over to the right. Inhale up. On an exhale breath, over to the left. And inhale up. Big breath in. And as you exhale, bring your hands into cactus pose and step your left leg out to the side. Finding yourself in seated goddess pose. So heart is lifted, upper arms reaching back. Yeah, nice opening up of the whole front body. Good. Take a breath in. Exhale it out. And now on an inhale breath, reach your arms up. And if it's available to extend your left leg out, yeah, a little bit more stretch for our hamstring. And if that's not comfortable, you can keep your knee bent. Good. Take a nice big breath in. As you exhale, tuck your low belly in, drop your left arm, hello plant. Reach your right arm up towards the sky and stretch long with your arms. Yeah, good. Seated triangle pose. And now on an inhale breath, slowly come back up to your goddess arms. Slide your foot back to bent. Take this left hand now, turn it, and bring either the hand or the forearm onto your thigh. Yeah, you don't want to be leaning forward. You want to keep the body, this arm out to the side and lift that right arm up towards the sky. Good. Take a nice big breath in. As you exhale, just press into this left forearm as you reach up and over. That pressing into the forearm gives you leverage. Again, belly's tucked back. That supports the low back. Good. And breathe in your side angle. Just feeling that expansion now on the right side, the right rib cage, the right lymphatic system under your arm. Yeah. And then pressing down into that left forearm, bring the body back up. And on an exhale breath, find your goddess arms one more time. Relax your shoulders. Good. Then on an inhale breath, bring your legs together, hands together at your heart. Good. And release your arms down. Relax your arms down. Let's do a few shoulder circles. So inhale, shoulders up and back and down. Good. So yeah, in the morning, we want to do some just whatever, stand by a window and just do a little jog or just take some nice big, deep breaths, that 3-part breath. Yeah. And relax. All right. Another breath you can do to energize yourself when you're feeling sort of at the midday, if you're starting to feel like, okay, or like 4 o'clock or, 5 when it's like, whoa, it's getting dark, is Bhastrika breath to wake yourself up. So just we'll just do one round. So our elbows are bent, our hands are in little light fists. We've done this before. Yeah. And basically what we're going to be doing is when you breathe in, you're going to throw your arms up and open your hands. And then when you breathe out, you're going to drop your arms into fists. So we don't want to come forward with this. We want to come straight up. Yeah. And we're going to be breathing in and out of our nose. And we're going to be breathing really effervescently, almost like you're blowing your nose. Yeah. So after this, you might need to go get a Kleenex, but we'll see. But the Bhastrika breath is basically called yogic coffee. Yeah. So instead of consuming the coffee that you might want to do, or the caffeine, try this first. Yeah. So let's take a breath in, let it go, and then breathe in as your arms go up and breathe out as your arms come down through the nose. In, out, in, out, up, down. Keep going, about 5 more. And relax your hands on your lap, close your eyes, and just notice. You might notice some tingling, the body sort of waking up. So you can even do this first thing in the morning too, when you sit to just do a few things, just sit, do the Bhastrika breath, do some neck rolls, shoulder rolls, stretches, maybe stand up and do a little movement. Yeah, or sun salutation if you have that in your practice, opening the eyes. Yeah. So that's a tool too. So again, during this time, this week, is just really pay attention to your breathing. And then later, in a little bit, when we go into Shavasana, we'll do some relaxing breath. All right, so let's stand up. It's been a little while. Yes, it's amazing. We could do like a whole class on our chair, which would be fine. And if you want to do that, feel free to always remain in your chair, and you can just do the arms that we're doing standing up and the legs, however you can, until we all sit back down again. All right, so heels back. You're at the front of your chair. You're hinging forward, but not rounding your back, heads above the shoulders. And it's the inhale breath that's going to bring you up, right? So take a breath in, exhale it out. And on an inhale breath, press into your heels as you come to a stand. That Bhastrika breath got things moving. Yeah, if you ever have like a sinus, cold or something like that, that Bhastrika breath really can help get things moving. So you can leave your chair forward. or out to the side. And so we've been sitting for a little bit. So just notice how your body feels. Like my back is not happy right now because I need to just move it a little bit. Yes. And yeah, roll shoulders, move the body. Yeah. Maybe let's start to take a brisk walk. Good. Maybe you walk forward and back, forward and back. Good. Breathing, taking a walk in nature on these mornings if you can is just really important. And come back, slow it down. Good. And relax, palms forward, shoulders back and down, kneecaps lifted. Squeeze your thigh muscles to your bones, right? Squeeze those muscles to your thigh bones. Good. And then relax. Come out to a little bit wider stance. Good. And let's start our side to side here, softening the knees. Keep the knees soft while we do this. Good. And on an inhale breath, go to one side. On an exhale breath, ha, breathe it out. Inhale, ha, exhale. Inhale, ha. Big breath in, big yell out, out. Yeah, the ha. Ha. Ah, again, imagine all those negative emotions, the cricky body, the cricky emotions, just leaving your body. Let them go. They do not serve us ever. We are born with having to have a little fear just to keep us safe, but we have grown into a society that is in fear mode pretty much all the time, right? And come back. So defining that, oh, just recognizing, oh, why am I feeling this way? Why am I feeling scared? Why am I feeling frustrated? And then be with that emotion. If there's something that happened that made you angry, it's okay. Just be there for a bit and be with it, and then breath. Let it go. Yeah. And the more we catch ourselves, the more we realize that, then we can write it, right? And then be back into that parasympathetic. But when we're in sympathetic all the time, then our body starts to break down and our mind starts to break down. Yeah, good. All right, so we're gonna inhale, reach our arms again out and up. We're gonna interlace our hands and this again above our head, bend the elbows, flip the palms up. Good. And then on an inhale breath, press into your feet to reach your palms up towards the sky. Ooh, stretch up tall. Good. Nice big breath in. Now, as you exhale, soften your knees, bring your palms forward halfway, drop your head. Little just baby cat cow here. And then inhale, slowly bring the arms back up. Big breath in, exhale. Come into pressing your palms forward. And one more inhale up. And this time, go ahead and keep your knees fairly straight. Drop your hands now to your about shoulder height. Good. And now press your palms forward. Let your arms and shoulders glide forward, and then glide your shoulders back. And glide your shoulders forward, press forward. We're opening up that thoracic spine, the thoracic part of your back. Yeah. And then relax, and then slowly bring the arms back up. And exhale, drop the hands about halfway, bring the palms down now. And then slowly close your eyes as you slowly, very gently, as slowly as you can, land your hands onto your head. This is such a great grounding pose. Knees are soft, eyes are closed. You can have them half open if you're uncomfortable with closing your eyes. And just feel that grounding. Yeah, that's just little halo. Know that there's some great energy out there, divine, God, Mother Nature, whatever you want to call it, that is wanting us to be happy and in harmony and have joy. And those blessings are available to us. We just have to decide to let them in. Yeah. And slowly open your eyes, reach your arms, unlace your hands from your head and relax. You'll see kids doing that all the time, and roll out the shoulders, right? They are playing, if you just watch children on a playground, they're doing all sorts of yoga poses. Yeah. And one of them is like, ugh, when people get frustrated, what do kids do? They're like, ugh, because they know we are born yogis, and we sort of lose that craft with the stress of life, humanness, right? And so to remember, all we're doing in these classes is remembering what we truly are. Yeah. Okay. So again, find your nice tall spine, float your arms out into a T, stretch long, stretch like you want to touch either side of the room. Good. And relax, and then bring your fingers up, spread your fingers wide, and rotate your fingers forward, up, and back. So feel that whole rotation all the way up your arm into your shoulders. So this is stretching and moving all those joints. Yeah. And one more. And back. And now relax the arms, relax the hands, bring your hands into a fist and make circles. And as you're circling, slowly start to lower your arms. Bring your awareness to your shoulders. Are your shoulders hunched up because your arms are up? See if you can relax your shoulders as you continue to slowly float your arms down. Pause, reverse, do a couple reverse circles with your hands as they come all the way down. Good. And roll it out. All right. We're going to come to the back of our chair here. We'll have the back of your chair handy. We're going to come into a modified downward facing dog. Yeah, good. Well, first, we're going to do a little bit more stretch for our hamstring. Yeah. So we're going to find ourselves in our mountain pose. Good. Feet about that hip distance apart. Good. Now we're going to take our right leg and we're just going to slide it back. So now we're on sort of tightrope, but our legs, our stance is about still hip distance. Good. Coming into pyramid pose, we're going to bring our hands onto our waist. This is a nice grounding pose for this time change. Yeah. So take a nice big breath in. And as you exhale, almost like your fingers on your hips are starting to glide your hips back. So your hips are going back, your legs are staying straight, your knees are staying pretty straight, and you're hinging at your hips. The head is above the shoulders, right? We're not rounding our back. This is an easy one to round your back. So really want to be cognizant of that. Take a breath in here when you get to your range of motion. As you exhale, gently lift your right hip up as you drop your left hip down. Yeah. Actually, you're lifting your left hip up and dropping your right hip down and mirroring you. So you want a flat sacrum, like almost as if could be a cup of tea on your low back and it wouldn't spill. Yeah, so lifting that left hip, dropping the right hip a little bit. Notice the knees, if they're locked, see if you can just soften them slightly and breathe here. So again, a little bit more in the hamstring glute area. Breathe for 2 and 1. Now pressing down into your hips as you slowly start to bring your body up. You're pressing down to bring that nice straight spine up. Good. And on an inhale breath, step both feet next to each other, back to parallel. Relax and shake out the fingers. Yeah, move them, open and close them. Our little finger joints, shake them out. A really nice thing to do with self-care is like before you take a warm shower or bath, if you have some kind of oil, I mean, I just use organic sesame oil and put some of my favorite essential oils in. And just to take a little bit of that oil and rub in circles all of your joints on your fingers, on your elbows, on your shoulders, right on your hips, on your knees and your ankles. Just do like about 5 or 10 minutes oil massage of your body, especially as we're getting older and we're about to, and if you have a busy mind, that oiling is really nice. Let's do the other side. So let's step now the left foot back. Good. The opposite foot forward. Good. Bringing hands again onto your hips. Take a nice big breath in. As you exhale, glide your hip bones back as you hinge forward, coming forward. Good. Just to where you can. Good. Notice that front knee, that right knee. See if you can slightly bend it, not lock it back. Take a breath in. As you exhale, lift your right hip up and drop your left hip down. It's a very tiny movement, but almost as if you're trying to flatten out that sacrum. You got that low back, and breathe here. Get a nice stretch for the hamstrings, the calves, glutes. Good. One more breath. And now pressing down into your hips, slowly bring your body back up. Unhinge. Let's unhinge today and release. Good. On an inhale breath, step that left foot forward. And again, soften your fingers. Sometimes there's a lot of tension that can happen when you're shifting things. Yeah. Shake it out. Good. All right, let's come to a back bend now. So again, these back bends in the morning when we can do back bends and open up the heart, that helps to energize us. So coming into standing camel. So feet are, again, hip distance apart. Actually, we're going to do a downward dog first. I want to do forward bend. So bringing your hands onto the back of your chair. And then let's just start to step back. Yeah. There's not full weight on your hands. They're just there to support you. Yeah. So step as far back as you can and then bend your knees. Drop your head between your arms as far as that your body will allow. Good. Stretch your fingers forward. Take a breath in. As you exhale, send your hips as far back as they'll go. Reach your fingers as far forward as they'll go. Whole back body stretch here now. And find your breath. Long, slow, deep breaths. Good. You want a little bit more hamstring stretch, you can straighten your knees and send your hips back. Elongate your spine. Yeah, it's almost like the top of your head is reaching forward and your hips are reaching back. Feel that sensation, opening up some space in your vertebrae. Good. And on an exhale breath, relax your knees, look forward, and sort of start to take a little walk back up towards the back of your chair. One step at a time. Good. Once up, release your hands. Good. On an inhale breath, reach your arms out and up. Big breath in. Bring palms together. Exhale your hands to your heart. Beautiful. Nice. And relax. And now we're going to come into a little bit of a back bend here. So you're going to bring your hands, the flat part of your hands, relax them down, and then bend your elbows back and bring your hands, if they're available, onto your sacrum. Now, if your shoulders are tight and this is kind of a struggle for you, just interlace your hands, relax your arms down, and just interlace your hands behind your back. Either one. Yeah. Good. All right. So if your hands are laying on your sacrum here, and if they're clasped, we're going to bend our knees a little bit. Good. And then reach your elbows a little further back if you can. Draw your hands a little further down if you're clasped. Good. Stretch your collarbone open. Slowly lift your gaze towards the ceiling. Keep that back of the neck long. Keep that tennis ball on the back of your neck. And breathe. feeling the whole opening here. If you have some space, if your hands are on your sacrum, as you exhale, see if you can press your hips a little bit further forward. Look up a little higher to the ceiling. Just opening up the whole front body. It's also nice stretch and strengthening for our thighs. Yeah. Smile on the face. One more breath. As you exhale, relax, bring the head, just relax the head back down. Good, straighten the knees. If your hands are on your sacrum, start to slide them down your glutes. And then if you're interlaced, unlace your hands and let's bring our arms back to our side and roll it out. Okay, let's find our seats. Yeah. All right, so sitting down is coming into a little hip opener here. So you're at the front of your chair again, legs wide apart, feet planted onto the floor. Good. We're going to just come down to a little bit of a hip opener forward fold here. So in the evening is when you want to do more calming. So any forward fold things that you do is more of a calming effect on the central nervous system. Yeah. So that, or some people, I think some of you do legs up the wall. That's a really like grounding, comforting pose if you want a little bit of yoga practice in the evening. But breath, right? Extending the exhale breath. So let's take a breath in. As you exhale, hinge forward. Bring one elbow onto one thigh and another elbow onto the other thigh. Relax your hands. Good. You can look down at the floor. Good. And then if it's available to you, see if you can press your legs a little bit further open. You can heel toe your feet a little bit wider apart and get a stretch on those inner thighs and hips. Good. And then if it's available to you, you can drop the crown of your head down, relax the whole head forward. If that feels like too much pressure ever on your head or your eyes, your face, you can lift up. Just find that's still an inversion. Yeah. And if some of us have it in our practice, we can bring one set of fingertips to the floor and the other. That's pretty intense forward fold. So be mindful and breathe. Yeah. Grounding. Good. One more breath here. See if you can relax on the exhale breath a little further. Draw the head and body a little further forward. Good. Just feel that relaxing, grounding. Now, if your fingers are on the floor, bring one elbow and then the other elbow back to your thighs. Keeping your head where it is, right? Bring one hand onto your thigh, another hand onto the other thigh. Again, keeping your head down, press down into your feet and your palms, and slowly bring the body straight back up. Yeah, once the body's up, then you can lift your gaze. Relax your shoulders. Good. And then toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel. Yeah. All right. Really nice work, everybody. So staying on a schedule as much as you can this week. Get yourself going to bed, maybe a little bit earlier, a little bit earlier. And yeah, then and staying on a schedule, staying hydrated, try to shut screens down. I know it's so hard to do that, but especially important this week is to start to shut down so that the melatonin starts to kick in to, relax you. Yeah, good. Sitting back in your chair, feet planted on the floor. Good. You want to have when you're sitting a nice tall spine, relaxed though. Yeah. I like palms up on my lap. And then go ahead and float your eyes closed. Beautiful work, everybody. Yeah, so again, this is a time for release. Yes, to let go of what you're holding, cleansing, clearing house, and let this amazing, bright, full moon energy help to be the cleaning person that comes in to help you. Yeah. Just contemplating. You can even write down what I don't want anymore. Write it down, write it down, write it down, rip it up, rip it up, rip it up. Let it go. Yeah. So let's take a breath in. Exhale it out. And we're going to do a little alternate nostril breathing, but not with our hands. We're just going to do it with hands on our lap. Yeah. Good. So on an inhale breath, we're going to open our right palm up wider. And as we exhale, just gently close your hand into a light fist. And then on the next inhale breath, open your left palm out nice and slow, like a lotus flower. And as you exhale, bring the left palm into a little light fist. Inhale, right hand opens. Exhale, right hand closes. Inhale, left hand opens. Exhale, left hand closes. Continue at your own pace for 5 more breaths. Opening the right hand and closing in the left. Continue on. Each time you exhale, try to extend the exhale breath a little more. Again, releasing, letting go. And when you've done around 5 rounds, the next time that the right hand opens, release the breath, relax your hands. Shoulders relaxed. Arms, hands, fingers. Take a breath in. As you exhale, relax your heart and your hips, your legs, your feet, and toes. Whole body relaxed. Bring your awareness to any thoughts and just allow them to come. Let them come and go. Not holding on to any of them, or they're just thoughts. Let go of all your efforts. Notice how you feel. And feel free to remain here for as long as you'd like. Should you choose to come back now into this space and time, take a big breath in and let it go. And begin to move the body, wiggle the fingers and toes, slowly making your way back. And coming back to center. And bringing your hands into prayer position, resting them onto your heart. Take a nice big deep breath in. And as you exhale, bow your forehead to your fingertips. Let go of all your efforts. We'll close practice today with this. Only when the mind dies does the bliss dawn. Let go of all you want so that you can have it. When you're feeling ready and complete, at your own pace, gently begin to flutter the eyes open as you lift your head. And I thank you all for coming and taking incredible care of yourself today and every day and every week. Yeah, but especially with this energy. Nice work. Have an amazing rest of your day. Namaste.